Hey there. So this is a general tutorial for anybody who wants to create a campfire event in our campfire space. And what I'm going to show you here can actually be applied to other spaces and other events. It's all the same thing. So, but I'm going to show you specifically in the campfire space for this video. All right, so we are here in the campfire space in the design school. You can see on the left-hand side, here's the campfire space. This is the desktop version, and I'd recommend when you're creating events to be on a desktop or laptop rather than on a mobile device. So you come into the campfire space. Right now I'm in the feed, and I'm going to click on events. So there's two ways to create an event. One way is that you can create an event from scratch, to fill in all the information as a new event. Another way is to duplicate a previous event. So in this case, we have design school campfires that have been happening every week. So we have events here that we could actually use to duplicate from. And that makes it a little bit easier just because you have something to start with. You have a template that's already filled out, and then all you have to do is change it and tweak it for your particular event. So I'm going to start by showing you that way to do this, and then I'll just briefly show you how you could create an event from scratch as well. Okay, so let's go into this Friday Design School Campfire event. And in order to duplicate the event, you want to go to these three dots in the upper right-hand corner, scroll down, and then choose Duplicate Event. And then you'll see it's created the duplicate event. The way you can tell that you're in the duplicate event is there's this copy part here right at the beginning of the title. So now you're in your new event, and you delete out the copy, and then you'll want to title your campfire. And I'd recommend titling it something a little bit different than other regular campfire slots. So for example, right now we have the Friday Design School Campfire, which is going on every week, and that's been going on for several months. So Kim, if you're watching this video, for instance, and you're creating your Wednesday Design School Campfire, then you could maybe call it Design School Campfire with Dialoguing, or, Wednesday Design School Campfire, or something just a little bit to distinguish it. And then I would highly recommend turning this feature on, also post and feed, because what that'll do in the campfire space is create an actual post that shows the event, and that tends to grab people's attention more than just creating the event alone. And then down here is where you would put the starting date. So in this case, you can see this repeat event toggle is turned on because Benji set this up as a repeating event weekly. So if you turn that off, you see that goes away. So you can do a one-time event without the repeating event on, or if you turn the repeating event on, then you can choose between weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 months, 6 months, or custom, a yearly, etc., which is a really, really nice feature if you know that you're going to do this regularly. And that doesn't mean that you can't cancel an event in the middle, like you could cancel an individual event, but it's nice to have the repeating event if that's what you plan to do. So if you do the repeating event, you would put in just the first date of your repeating event here, and it would be the same end. And then you'd put in the time. And just keep in mind over here, the time zone, it should show yours time zone when you're in here. And in a repeating event that you duplicated, you can see it's showing Mountain Daylight Time, and that's because that's the time zone that Benji used when he created the event. So if that's confusing to you, just make sure you check this. You could change it to your own time zone to make it simpler in your own mind of what time you should put in here. And then just keep in mind that for everybody who views the event, they're going to see it in their own time zone. So it will convert and personalize for everybody in the school. You just need to know what time you're putting in here and what time zone. And then to scroll down here, and for event type, you want to leave it as meeting. There's another option called Zoom, which is what you would think you would choose if you're going to use a Zoom link. But if you do that, then it's going to ask you to integrate into the Zoom account of yours. And I would just not recommend doing that. So I would recommend using Meeting, and then all you do is paste in the Zoom link here. Then scroll down and you want to keep RSVPs on, and probably you won't use these. Definitely you won't use these. And then you can see here, since it's a duplicated event, it has an image already in here, and the descriptions from the duplicated event is in here. So you would want to change this image to make it unique to your campfire. And then you'll have like this basic description here that you can use as a basis for your description. And you could just tweak it however, whatever the particular flavor of the campfire you're holding is. For instance, Kim has talked about using dialoguing in the campfire as a social technology. So she might put something about dialoguing in the description here, in addition to this or instead of this. But it's a nice feature when you're duplicating to already have the description here. And that's it. So then what you want to do is click post up here, and I'm not going to actually do that. When you click post, it's going to come up with a box that says, do you want to notify all members of the design school about this event? And in this case, you should say no, just because we don't need to notify everybody of a campfire event. So click do not notify on that box, and then it will be posted. And then I'm going to get out of here and just cancel. I'm just going to show you briefly if you were to create an event from scratch. So up here in the upper right hand corner is the create button. So click on that and then choose event. And then in this case, you would just have to fill in everything from scratch. The title, you would toggle this on, also post in the feed. You'd put your start date and time. And you can see in this case, it's showing my current time zone here because it's not a duplicated event. So again, just watch for that. Then you could turn on the repeat or not. And it's defaulted to meeting, and then you paste in the Zoom link here. Come down here, and then you would need to add a brand new image and a new description here. So those are the two ways that you can create the event. And I'm going to cancel out of here, and you just give it a try and let me know if you have any questions. And thank you so much for hosting a campfire session.